Hello, everyone. Glad to be here. We are not here last week, but we're here now. I'm glad to be here. Hope you are too. And then happy holidays. Yeah, the kids are home on holidays, and I hope you prepared for them. Or you're just gonna, wing it through the way we used to do while we were much younger. I remember that when we were much younger, and please confirm that you can hear me before I go on ahead. And of course, my name is Fumilola Akintola Williams. I am the lead coach at the Informed and Informed Teens Academy. It is an online academy for teenage girls where, by the grace of God and the help of God, we are able to help your teenage girls navigate seamlessly into adulthood. Into adulthood. We run an online mentorship program for girls and girls alone. That's by way of introduction. All right, so today we're going to be talking about how to help your teenage girls navigate these holidays. Where I am, we am like 6 weeks. I know some have 8 weeks, and then I know all of that. So if you're not careful, you will just find out that the days just, you close your eyes and you open it, and then nothing happens. All the kids do is just sit on television, watch Netflix, watch Prime Video, watch all the consume all of the stuffs, consume all of the stuffs, consume all of the stuffs, and then nothing gets done. And then when they're resuming back as school, as well, they come to struggle again. Yeah, do you like my new haircut? I had myself a haircut. You know, I hope you like it. I liked it. I still like it. Yeah. So, how to help your teenage girl navigate the holidays? Of course, we know if there's anything that we have said over and over again, it is that girls like comfort. Girls don't like to be pushed. Girls don't like anything that will stress them, especially mentally. And if there's also anything that we have talked about, it is that you need to invest in the head, in the mind of the girls, much more than you invest in their bodies. Because it is when you do that, when there's an investment, adequate investment in their head, that's when you can be sure that your girl is not going to be using her body to pave way in the world. Pave our way rather in the world. And then one of the ways to help them through this is during these holidays. So don't just see it as don't see it as it's time for me to ship them off. So for some of us that have our children in the hostels, it's time for me to just let them go. It's time for me to just go, and you begin to call your friends. I will have your own kids for 2 weeks. You have my own kids for you just want the kids to be everywhere but near you. Don't forget, if you have a teenager already, your time is almost running out. That is not that is just as it is. Your time is running out. And then the question you should ask yourself, as my time is running out with my teenage girl, have I been able to do the work I am supposed to do with her in that time? So if you have not, this is another opportunity for you that the holiday presents. So how do you help your teenage girls so that they don't just waste the 6 weeks, 8 weeks and do nothing. They don't just sit in front of TV all through. They don't just sit and do nothing. And it's because it's holiday, and I've not said that, oh, coach for me has said that we should help them navigate. Let me just go and dump them in lessons. I hope that that's not what you're planning. If that's what you're planning, just stop it immediately. Stop it immediately. Your kids need more. What your kids need, in as much as I believe the academic is important, but at the end of the day, what your kid needs most is the skills that is outside of the classrooms. So can we just breathe on the mathematics, on the English? Look at me here. Imagine somebody was frustrating my life then to learn English, to speak English at all. Learn mathematics, solve mathematics at all costs, to the detriment of every other thing. For God's sake. So what I'm trying to say in essence to you is that some kids do not actually need the mathematics that we are so particular about. Some kids do not actually need the English that we're so particular about. Have I said those courses are not important? No. I have just said know your child's peculiarity and then begin to work and begin to help your child along those peculiarities. So how do you begin to make the best of your of the holiday with your teenage daughter? Number one, the first thing you need to do is you need to acknowledge the journey of the concluded term without pressure. I'm sure you're wondering what does Coach mean by acknowledging the concluded term. Let me tell you something that came to my mind as I was praying for this class. I realized that it has become a thing now. While I was in university, yeah, and of course, by now, I mean teenage girls, any girl from age 10 to your age 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 till university. So while we were in the university, it was just that we went to school. I left university 2008, yeah. So that's a long time ago. Sometimes I feel so ancient. I don't know. And talking of ancient, my birthday was yesterday. Yeah, and there's reason to be grateful to God for life. All right. So I was talking to you about acknowledging acknowledging the journey of the concluded term without pressure. What do I mean? Back in school, we would just go to school, we prepare for our exams, we write exams, and then we go and then we pass, and then that was it. But now you see those kids, that sometimes they, I don't know whether you've been seeing it, but I've been seeing my teenagers. Because I watch their status, I see their status, and I see the things they put on it. Yeah. So you see things like even though it sounds funny, like it's a joke, they're trying to make a fun out of a serious situation, but it is to tell you that some of them are still actually struggling. They begin to see things like, oh, Echo 303. God, why? I don't know who has noticed that trend amongst girls in the university these days. And you see something like and English 202, let us not meet again. Blah blah. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I've seen quite a lot of that. When I see something like that from my teenage girl, and I just go into her inbox and I ask, "What's going on?" And I begin to wonder. At a time, it takes being culturally intelligent, yeah, to understand that times have changed. The time that I was going to university and I was just starting my writing my exams and I was just going is different from what they are facing now. So it may be the same curriculum, maybe the same whatever, but don't forget that we are generations apart. Do you understand? So how they see exams is different from how we used to see exam. As a parent, as you're parenting a teenage girl, a young adult, you have to even be mindful of this first. But the question is, how many of us are even mindful of this? You have to, because see your daughter telling you, even though it's a joke, one of them said, put on a status and say something like, let me and this course never ever meet again. And I'm beginning to wonder, is it the same university that we went? So I had to chat her to be like, what is going on? And she said, oh, mama, it's stressful, is this, is that. So depending on the kind of resilience you've been able to build in your teenage girl. So if your teenage girl doesn't have that that amount of mental resilience, if she's been struggling, if writing exams, if reading, sitting to read and all of that has been an issue. So you need to acknowledge that when she gets home. So it's not the time to now start comparing. That's what I mean by acknowledging their process. Acknowledge that the journey of their concluded term session, if it's secondary school, the session, some of them struggle a lot with their studies already. They feel overwhelmed. So acknowledge it. I know that it's been a very Herculean task. And if you're example, if you're in Nigeria, you will understand what I mean. Even for the ones in primary school, there's a lot of things going on. You begin to wonder, is it more than primary school? Do you understand? So for some other places, it's not like that. But if it's like that for your daughter, please acknowledge it. Because if you don't, you don't know it. But what you're doing is you're creating a gap. You're creating a way because she feels that you're not able to understand what she's talking about. So acknowledge that you know that it's been difficult. Even though in your head you're thinking, what's difficult? Of course, I also went to school. Also went to uni. You might have even studied something more difficult than your daughter is currently studying. But don't forget your generations apart. How you view things are different. How they view things is different. So acknowledge that, oh girl, I know that you've done. So it's not about did she come with 70, 80, 90, 100 and all of that. It's about, okay, the process. Well done. Going seeing it through. Well done for that. You've done well. What are you doing? What you're doing is you're acknowledging her effort. You're telling her that yes, she has done something. And then well, of course it's normal that when you acknowledge something, the person wants to do what? Wants to even beat that mark, wants to even do better in case of next time. So you don't go at your teenage girl and say, I came to your school award ceremony. You did not clear any awards. The people that are clearing awards, do they have two heads? That's not the way. You're setting the tone for a very wrong holiday for yourself already. A very frustrating holiday because she feels, oh, what's the point? Mom has said that I didn't do anything, so I can as well just blow away my time, blow away my life. Of course, you know that when you blow away time, you blow away life. That goes without saying. So let your daughter know, let your teenage girl know that it's a process. Talking of this, I remember that when I was in 411 university, there's a particular course I studied. I struggled. It was struggled with. It was evidence, law of evidence. It felt as though I was going to fail the course. I don't know who is there that is a lawyer that can relate, but I struggled with it. But because of the raising that we had, we're not able to come out and say all of those things. Do you get? But the kids these days, they're gonna say it to you that, oh more, I don't want to ever meet this course again. So you let them know. So that's what it means to happen. So when you do that, you're showing cultural intelligence. You're showing that you understand the fact that your generation is different, and then the one that your daughter is currently operating in is different. And then you're beginning. So when it is when your daughter sees that kind of acknowledgement, that's when she's able to come up to you and say, "Mommy, this, and this." Then you begin to know, or daddy, these are the issues. They begin to know, okay, what can we do? So when you acknowledge, you put yourself in their shoes, then you begin to say, okay, what can we do? But for you to even go through, I hope you know that some kids are dropping out of school and their parents are not even aware. I have seen a teenager, I've seen a young adult that drop out of school. The parents were not aware. until 2 years after, and then she kept coming home to collect money to say this and that. So when I say this, it is because this is our, this is our current reality. These are the set of children that we're parenting right now. So we have to have wisdom. You have to have wisdom. So don't let your teenager be feeling nothing that I do that my parents, it doesn't make any difference. Let them know that you see the effort. Let them know that they see you see the effort they are putting in the academics. So that is when you're setting the pace for a good holiday. When you do that, whether secondary school, and please don't pressurize them. Do not pressurize them. Do not pressurize them to, please excuse me. I'll be just give me a moment, please. Oh, so sorry about that. So sorry about that. So that's what it means to acknowledge the efforts of your teenage girl. Let them understand that okay, you have done something good. You have not given up on your journey. So it's not about you didn't come with awards. See, let me not even start on the issue of awards. I was seeing some clips from end of year parties of I was seeing a lot of things, and I was wondering whether it's actually for the children or it's actually for the parents. So please, let's bear down on the pressure a bit. Your child already knows. If she didn't get 80, she knows. She didn't get 90, she didn't get 100, she knows already. So she doesn't need you peering down at her, shouting her down, this. What about the people that got this, what about the people that got that? So it's about okay, how can I help? What can we do to make you better? What can we do? So do we need to do something extra? Do we need to make you do we need to support you more? Do you understand? So that's what it means to acknowledge the process of your daughter's journey. And then that is when the home environment is ready for a conducive holiday. The next thing you need to do, you need to create a holiday plan together. I currently have one preteen, and I have two teenagers on my hands currently, and I'm said to them, you know what, go and I want to see the plan that you want to create for the holiday. Let me see what is in your head. That's another way of opening up their minds. Let me see what is in your head. Give me a plan. What do you want to do this holiday? I have a plan. I know what I want them to do. I have ever before the holiday. Ever before the holiday, I've been thinking, oh, 8 weeks, is this 6 weeks? What are we going to be doing? What are we going to be? Do you know? So, but let them do it themselves. Number one, what that's going to do is going to give them something to look forward to because they created it themselves. There's a plan in place. There's something to look forward to. Then it also gives them it also boosts their creativity. They're the ones that came up with a plan. Do you understand? So let's in short, let give them the long run and see what they will do. Whether they're going to say to you that mommy, you want to just sit down all day and watch TV, or mommy will just want to binge on Netflix, binge on Prime Video, binge on all of the other subscription channels. So give them the opportunity, create the holiday plan with them. And about holiday plan, what do I mean? What do they want to be doing during the holiday? What do they want to do? You have 8 weeks to yourself. You have 6 weeks to yourself. Let me see your plan. So it shows that you trust them to be sensible. That's what you're trying to sell to them when you say come up with a plan. Except that they are toddlers, but they're teenagers. Your teenagers should be able to come up with a plan for the holidays. So see what they will see, and then when they bring the plans to you, if you even have reservations, it's not the time to go. What do you mean? Where can you do? Why should you do this? No, you can sit down together, review it together. All of you sit down together. Don't forget that they are growing, their minds is growing as well. So they will have their views, they will have what they think too. So also listen to what they think. So don't shut their plans down, don't shut whatever it is that no matter how outrageous it is. That's one thing you must understand with the teenagers of these days. Let me say something to you about what I'm learning these days, being around teenagers. So the three of them were sitting having a conversation. So I was just lying there on the couch, and then I was doing as though I wasn't listening to what they were saying, but I was listening. And then the things they were saying, I was like, oh. So even the youngest of them, that's not even 10, she was imputing, she had an idea, she had an opinion. And she said, no, it's not like that. In my own school, this is how it is, this is how it is. And this is me thinking, oh, 10-year-old, she doesn't understand, and maybe she doesn't have an idea. And it is when you give them this avenue, that's when you really begin to know what is in their mind. Don't forget, you are seeking to condition the mind of your child. That's what you're seeking to do. You're seeking to condition the mind of your child. So if you don't give them that opportunity, how do you begin to even know what is in that mind? So how will you know whether your child is going to tell you that I want to go and have a one ridiculous stuff like that? How are you going to know? So let them create a plan. So I've told them, I said, come up with a plan. I'm not going to put my mouth, whatever it is, let's just see it. So when they bring the plan to you, now sit down together. Okay, how do we do this? How do we make this work? Do you want to go this place? Then don't forget, every plan must have something. There must be a reason. Don't forget everything that you're doing. You're a deliberate parent. You're an intentional parent. Everything that there's a reason why they are creating that plan, and for everything they are doing, there's something you seek to achieve. So number one, I've just told you what you can achieve now by telling them to work, create a plan for you. Number one, you're trying to boost their creativity. Then number two, you're trying to give them something to look forward to, so they won't rebel. Is it rebel or rebel? Rebel. So they won't rebel. They won't say, "Oh, my mommy, it's about you. It's all about you. We have no input in these things. So it's just about you. It's just what you want to do for yourself." Just like most of the things that some of us do. We pretend. We like to pretend to ourselves that we're doing it for them, but really it's about us. For example, you go to your child's school and then you go and be spraying. I don't understand it. It's not about your child. It's about you. Those are the kind of things I saw, on social media and everything. This just concluded what's it called? This just concluded end of the year session parties and everything. And then you see parents begin to dress half naked and all of that. And they're going to their parents to say, my daughter is graduating, so I have to be on. And I'm wondering, I'm really wondering. So those are some of the things that we do because of ourselves, because of our own personal ego and whatever it is that we do, whatever reasons that we do what we do. But we pretend to ourselves that we're doing it because of our children. So let them create a plan by themselves. Where do they want to go? What do they want to achieve? What do they seek to achieve? I remember there was a holiday like that. It took us months to plan it. My daughter was even much younger, but we already had a plan. So this is where we're going. We're going to go and see these places. This is why we're going to see these places. And then I called a few of my friends and I said, okay, girls, let's do this together. The kids were much younger then, but I remember that was one of the most memorable experiences that my daughter had. Till today, she still refers to say, "Mommy, do you remember that? And I went to that place, and then we saw this, and then we learned about this, and then we learned about that." Do you understand? So it's about whatever it is that you're trying to do. Even in holiday, they're learning without actually learning. Do you understand? They're learning without actually learning. They're learning life skills. They're learning social skills. They're learning how to deal with people because that's what they're going to be doing when they leave school. Do you understand? They're learning coordination. They're learning a lot of things without actually learning. That's if you get what I mean. So let them come up with a plan by themselves. So of course you can just input here and there. This is what we want to do. This is why you want to do what we want to do. And this is what we seek to achieve by what we want to do. When you do that, you're setting the pace for a really fun holiday. So the next thing you need to do to navigate the holiday with your teenagers, you need to deliberately and intentionally work with the plan rather. So the kids have come, they have said, "Mommy, we're going to week one, this is what we're gonna do. Week two, this is what we're gonna do. Week three, we're gonna do this. Week four, we'll do this. Week five, we'll do this. Week six, we'll do this." So you don't go off and say, and just that veto power that we do, that thing that parents do. And they say, "Mommy, why?" I don't know how many of your own kids act you, but the ones in my own corner here, for everything I say, they say, why? Why? If you even say, "I will do something to you," that say, why? For everything. Really? And really, why? They want to know. So you don't just come, your kids have come with a plan. They're looking forward to it. They've taken their time to develop it. And then you just come and say, "You know what? Holiday is cancelled. Every plan cancelled. Everything I want to," because one of them has made you angry. And don't forget, they're the ones that have PhD in making parents angry. Oh, trust, that's their ministry in your life. So that's their ministry. That is the work that they have come to do. At that point, it's not deliberate. They're growing. I was speaking to my uncle, and my uncle said something about, I don't know what was it that he said. And I said, "You know what? These kids, their brain is not fully formed." And I said, but if they want to be mischievous, the brain is fully formed then. But the fact remains that no matter what, the truth of the matter remains that their brains are not fully formed. And that's why we get angry. So don't say, make up your mind in this or this, that no matter what they do, you're not going to cancel on their plans. Because when you do that, you're showing inconsistency. That's what you do. You're thinking you're wielding your veto power as a parent. They would not see that. They will not see that. They will see that. They will see you as someone that they can't depend on to go through or to follow through a process. They will see you as someone that they can't depend on to follow through on whatever it is that they have said. Don't forget, when you're dealing with these people, you need. When I say people, I mean these are teenage girls. When you're dealing with them, you need trust. They need to be able to trust you. They need to be able to trust that if you say you will do something, then you really will do it. And you know what? As they see you do what you say, you're teaching them a lesson in trust. You're teaching them a lesson in loyalty without actually sitting down to teach them. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So please, deliberate. I know that it will cost you time, to cost you money. For me, or, because of depends, just like my coach will say that the systems are the same. It's just the methodology that is different. It depends on where you are and what you do, and the time zone that you are in and all of that. But you have to be able to look for a way to make these things work. For some people in Nigeria, they may have to take their holiday or their annual leave when their kids are at home so they can get the opportunity to be together. But some do not have that. Some people do not have that advantage. So if you do not, you should still be able to know what to work around, just to, and don't forget, it is not in the length of time that you spend together. It is in the quality of the time that we'll spend together. What have we been able to achieve? What have we been able to bring out of it? So please, dear parent, this holiday, no matter how they make you, and this is a way not to make you annoyed, get them busy. Oh, just get them busy. Sometimes they think that they are being mischievous, but you are doing what they call silence and deliberate programming. Let me give you an example of what I mean about seeing through your plans. I already told the girls that, okay, this is what we'll be doing. I promised them to do certain I promised them to get some stuff to make them do, because they all want to do work with their hands, if you know what I mean. Then I went to the store, I got the stuff that they needed. They thought they won, but I was the one that won. Why? Because it's that stuff that they were doing got them busy. They were busy, so there was no time to sit on the screen. There's no time to fight. There's no time to bicker at each other. There's no time to shout and all of that. Do you understand? So if you really will take your time, you see that at the end of the day, you still be one that you will win. What you want done will still get done. What you want is sensible girls that have an idea of what they're doing with themselves, and that's what you're gonna get if you just go through with what it is that I'm sharing with you. So please go ahead with no matter how much they frustrate. Don't now say, because they have angered me, I cancel the holiday plan. For example, maybe you have planned to go and watch something together, or to go and do something together, and one of them just does something that you didn't believe that the person could do, and say, "Oh, you know what? This is cancelled." No, that's not good. That's not good. That is being inconsistent. That is speaking with both sides of your mouth. Do you understand? It doesn't sit well with teenagers. It doesn't help them. It doesn't build trust in teenagers. And don't forget, I've told you, if your teenagers can't trust you, trust is a currency in parenting. So if they can't trust you, if you balk on something as simple as a holiday plan, they will assume that you will balk on something that is very serious. That is how their brain wires. That's how their brain is. That's how they think. That's how they process. So you have to make up your mind that this plan I'm making. So that's why I said to them, that's why I said to you, look at yourself, look at your schedule, look at your calendar. How can you work around it? So if you have so such that even if it's just a day that you have promised them in a week, or it's just 2 days, it's just 3 days, depending on what you can do, you don't balk, you don't come at the last minute and say, hey, this can't work. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So that is the idea. So deliberately and intentionally work with the plan that you all have made. I mean, you all have made together. Work with that plan. Don't balk on them at the last minute. Don't throw them under the bus, as it were. Don't forget, I told you, when they are creating that plan, they are looking forward to something. So don't break their expectations. Don't make them feel, oh, adults can't be trusted. Because let me not lie to you. Most young people believe that adults cannot be trusted. I don't know how many of our children have told us that, but I know teenagers that have told us. I know girls that have told me that, no, I can't trust my mommy, I can't trust my daddy. Why? Because there is a pattern, and they don't as parents will overwhelm the lot of things, with a lot of issues, situations, all of that, and because of that, we go back on our words to our teenagers. Please don't be doing that. It's not teaching a good lesson in trust. It is not. So most of them come to, and that's why I said to you, when they say this thing that they say to us, when they say it to to coaches, and then we relay it back to parents. Parents are wondering, don't they understand? But the truth is that they don't understand. They don't understand. Their brain doesn't understand it yet. Not just yet. I mean, for example, while you were a teenager, somebody comes to you and say, we're gonna do this together, and the person comes back and say to you, that oh, I'm so sorry, I can't do it no more because you're an adult. Are you gonna understand? So they don't understand. So don't break your promises, and deliberately. I know it will cost you time. It will cost you money. But you know what? There's something coach said. I didn't. And my coach used to say rather, I didn't take it serious until changed location. So he said the way you budget for school fees, the way you budget for school fees, the way you budget for your ashwabi, the way you budget for your books is the same way you budget for your holidays. When she was saying that, I wondered what she was talking about. That is that possible? in Nigeria with with the way the economy is and everything. But in other climes, that's what they do. So they plan for their holidays right from the beginning of the year. So if they will be putting apart whatever amount, the same way. And I realized that their kids, that's why their kids are they're more their social bank is fuller than most of ours. That's the truth. That's what I've realized. If you see an average Western child, she's able to look you up in the eyes, even if it's a toddler, look you up in the eyes and say what she thinks. But our own, our 14-year-old, our 15-year-old, they're still not able to engage in conversations. They will not teach that in the classroom. Most of them are taught as skills while they're going about doing the things that they wanted to do in the world. So please, whatever it is that it will cost you, don't balk. Don't go back on your word. Don't go back on the promise that you have made to them, especially for this holiday. Deliberately and intentionally work with a plan. Then the next thing you have to do is you have to have an holiday themed project aimed at building a particular skills. Have an holiday themed project aimed at building skills. What skill is lacking in your child? You are the one that knows. You are living with them. I am not living with them. What skill do you think is lacking in your child? So get an holiday themed project. I'm going to give you an example of what I mean. It must, and don't forget, you are a thinking parent. There's something you want them to achieve. So this is it. I got a lot of crafts for my girl, for her to work with last year and all of that. And there were certain things I wanted her to do with them. But because of all also a lot of issues, blah blah blah, blah blah. So she wasn't able to really do some of them, and I kept insisting that this ones you're going to finish it. If you don't finish it, don't give me any holiday plan. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to teach that whatever you start, you finish it. I don't know whether that makes sense to you. That's what I'm trying to do. So whatever it is a skill. This past month, I gave myself a tag and I said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. You know, this is the time frame I have to do it, and it has to come out before so time. So that's a target already. So I had to stretch myself. If it meant that I had to wake up in the middle of the night, if it meant that I had to cancel some other things to get that done, then it's gonna get done. Do you understand? So, what skill do you think is lacking in your child? That one that we talked about initially, about acknowledging their process, about doing this, about doing that. This is the time. So you have acknowledged the process. Oh my, this is where my child is lacking. Then how do I begin to help my child? How do I begin to help my teenage girl? So get an holiday thing project. For example, I told you about going to the store to get some stuffs for the girls to work with. It cost me some, 100 and then, but I didn't mind. Why? Because I wanted them to learn how to work together in unity. That was my aim. Because I said that they were always because of different temperament. Imagine two choleric. What do you think will happen? Do you understand? So you imagine having two choleric in a place. Oh, there'll be headbutts. Trust me on that. So I saw that, oh, this was the issue. Do you understand? And I said, okay, these people are not able to work together as a team. And I wanted to teach that without actually sitting them down to say, this is how to work as a team. Then I looked at what they would do together. And I said, okay, you today, this is you do this person's stuff today. Then tomorrow, do this person's stuff tomorrow. Then and I looked, I just walked around what we had, what we could work with, and they were the ones they were calling me from work. Hey, see what we have done. See what we have done. So, as a thinking parent, what skill is lacking? What skill is lacking? Then look for what to do to build that using the holiday period. That's what the holiday is meant for. It's not to just sit down and let them just watch all of the movies on Netflix. That's what it's meant for. So let only think. Another thing that I tried to do with the girls here, I said, okay, this is it. I also saw that they were, when it comes to ability to self-lead, I saw that they were lacking in that aspect. What did I do? This is the book of the month. You're going to finish it. You're going to review it. You're going to do this for me. You're going to do that for me. And then it was a goal. So it's during the holiday. So do you get? I'm trying to give you examples from my own personal experiences, so that you get what I mean, so that you know what it is that you want to do. I've told you the skills that I saw that was lacking. Do you understand? And I told you what I did to be able to help. So it doesn't have to be that is the exact thing you're going to do. No, it just means it's just an example to say, okay, what's lacking in my child? How can I help this child? Is my child struggling to talk to people? Then let them make presentations to you and to our siblings in the holiday. Is my child struggling to interact socially? Then let them go out often, go out together more often. Then sit down, sit back, and then watch them relate. So I have it's a project. It looks like, oh, it's just normal going out. But no, it's not just it's beyond just normal going out. You're trying to build a skill. So is my child can my child self-organize? Can my child self-lead? So you begin to think those are things that these girls are going to struggle with by virtue of the fact that they are not fully formed yet. Up to now, I'm still having to drop what's the word now? Drop reminders. How far with your projects? Do you understand? Because I want to help. How far with your book? Where have you gotten to? What have you done? Why? Because there's something I'm trying to achieve. There's something I'm trying to teach. I hope you got what I mean by when I say get an holiday theme project. Another thing I got them to do, I got them busy with their hands. When they're busy with their hands, they're thinking. It looks like they're not thinking, but they are thinking because they're thinking, where do I put this? How do I do this? How do I bring it together to make something beautiful? So another thing I got them to do is a sticking. Is the no Oh, they don't know yet. They don't know. But I know the plan I had for them. So it's a no What am I trying to do? Teamwork, self leadership, self leading. Those are skills that a girl needs to be what to be ahead of the pack. And how are we teaching it through this things I'm saying to you? Do you understand? Of course, who doesn't agree that self teamwork is very important? You're not going to go far if you cannot work with as a team. So they need to be taught. They won't see them in the classrooms. So that's what your holiday is meant for. So have an holiday themed project aimed at building skills. The next thing you can do is, if you can, make it a time to connect with their grandparents. This is very important. Very, very important. If you can, if you are miles apart, if you are worlds apart, can you do video calls? Can you do Zoom sessions and then invite their grandfather, their grandmother, their uncles, as many as you can? It gives them a sense of connection that, oh, well, it's just not this nuclear, it's not just me and mommy and daddy and my brother and my sister. you know so if you can, don't forget that their grandparents won't be alive, won't be around forever. Oh, we pray that God spares their lives, but what if he doesn't? What if they go? Do you understand? So when my daughter was much younger, I will carry her from where we were living, then we will go to where my grandmother was. And as young, I didn't even believe that she still had memories. But till now, she still has memories of all those years. So if you can, please do it. It doesn't matter whether you're on good terms with their grandparents. It doesn't matter whether you're not on good terms with their grandparents. It doesn't. What matters is that the kids, these girls have to feel connected. They have to have a. They have to know that, oh, this is where we are from. Because you cannot the stories what their grandparents will teach them. You can never teach them because you even do not know it. So they are teaching them about their origin, their tradition, where they are from, the sense of identity, and there's a way all of that boosts this self-esteem of a girl. There was a story that my coach told us, and then she goes like, it was her grandmother that told her that the particular women from their family, they're very enterprising, they're very industrious, and then she goes, oh, no wonder I'm the way I am. So imagine your the grandmother of your child telling your child stories of people that have gone in their lineage and the things that they have done. Do you understand? That boosts the confidence, that boosts the esteem of your girl. That, oh, really? So I said to my I said to my daughter, I said, your mom, these are your grandmom, which is my mom. These are things that she had done, and then she comes on the phone to consolidate what it is that I've said. So that gives a sense of identity. That gives a sense of worth. That gives a sense of pride. So please don't be thinking that, oh, I don't want my children close to my grandparents. What do you mean? What do you even mean? What are you even saying? So are you aware that one day you're also going to become a grandparent? So are you saying that when your children have kids, are you saying that you don't want your children to bring your kids closer to you because of whatever differences? So if you can, please, if there's any gap, please bridge it. This is the time to bridge it. This is the time. So, and if you're thinking, oh, what would they do? Well, leave them. I remember then my mom used to bundle the three of us, myself, my eldest, and my younger sister, and then she bundles us to my grandma's house where I meet my uncle's children, all, and then we were the oldest of the grandkids. Until this evening that I'm having this session with you, I still share a relationship with each and every one of those my uncle's children, one way or the other. All of them, all of them. And it's a large family. And so I know that, oh, I am not alone. And I know, oh, this is where I'm from. These are the things that we do. Do you understand what I am saying? So it boosts the esteem of a girl. It boosts the confidence of a girl. So please, if you can, it's very, very important. Don't say, oh, they don't know anything. My parents and my parents, I mean, their grandparents don't know anything. What do you mean they don't know anything? They raised you. So it is in that not knowing anything that they raised you. So expose your children to them. It is even then that you're going to know how far, the level of work that you've done on your children. Yeah. So if you can, let them spend time. Let that also be part of the holiday plan. Okay, visit to grandparents. If by reason of proximity is not possible, arrange sessions, whatever. Let them have that feeling of connectivity, because one day what they will have left will just be those stories, those memories, and all of that. And if it's also possible, could you get a collage, picture collage? That's something I regret till this moment I'm speaking with you. I really regret that I wasn't able to do that. Picture collage, the grandmother, the mother, the children, that thing like that. And this is so that your daughter is able to have a feeling of, this is where I am from. This person is my aunt. This person is my this person is my dad. This. So that when they tell her, for example, your daughter is in diaspora, they tell her that, oh, who are you? You are who, whatever. She says, no, I am from here. This is where I am from. So don't forget, identity is very key for a girl child. And of course, as we do, if there's anything that strikes your mind, if there's anything that pops out for you, put in the comment section. That is how I know that you are really following and that I have not been talking to myself. Yes. All right. So if you can make it a time to connect with their grandparents. So another thing you want to do to help your teenage girl during this holiday. See now, can you see that there's so many things to do without? Have I mentioned screen? I've not. So it is because we're lazy, it's because we're busy, it's because we're occupied with our own lives or the things I want to do. That's why we think the only solution is just to on Netflix Africa. I have Netflix on my phone. I can't remember the last time I went there. I can't even remember. So even now, if we will not even watch film, I'll tell the girls, I think we should watch a movie together. So I don't know whether you understand. Whatever we're doing, it is deliberate. We're picking something. We want to do something. So it's not just doing it for doing things. I told them, let's research on a movie that we can watch together. Let's pop it on the TV screen. Let's have it together. So it's not about I've not said that it is bad to have screen. I watch movies, of course. So, but the thing is that even in the watching of the movie, what is behind my head? What am I trying to teach my girl? You know. So for this holiday, another thing you might want to do that popped just into my mind now. You might want to look for documentaries of young girls that are doing exceptionally well. There are a lot. Please check on YouTube. There are so many. Why? If the girl will see it, that is so what my mommy has been saying is not impossible after all. I can be a girl and I can do so much more. I can be a girl and I can do a lot. So get videos, do it together. If you must do screen, do it deliberately, do it intentionally. Don't just leave them and then they just do what you don't know on screen all day. And don't forget, for a girl child, if you don't if you say you is it that you disconnect the DSTV subscription and be whatever, if you say, oh, I'm not going to let you watch the screen, and then you put no alternative, you have not done them any good. I hope you know. So they'll still look for a way to find an alternative. So you provide that LD alternative. That's what you need to do. All right, I hope that you're learning something, and I hope that it is worth your time. The next thing you want to do to make the holiday, to navigate the holiday with them, is that have them in physical or virtual boot camps. This is very, very important. I'm going to have my own in virtual boot camps, and I really wish that I had the opportunity of having them in physical boot camps. I am serious. So if you have not registered them, go and look for. I've been posting boot camps back and back to back. Put them on virtual or physical boot camps, but physical boot camps is better. Yeah, physical boot camps is better. I wish I had that opportunity, because why? Let me tell you what it will do. It will stretch your girl. It will stretch your girl. It will make your girl know where she needs to adjust. It will readjust, it will realign. When she sees other girls that are like her age group and then they are moving, and then she's doing one by one. She knows that, men, I can't continue to do one by one. So have your girls in camp. There are boot camps for girls. There are boot camp for boot camp for boys. There are boot camps for mixed, but they are very, very regulated. The one I can recommend anytime, any day is the one being organized by the Informed. I say, oh, sorry. Oh, we're gonna get there. Yeah, we're gonna get organized boot camps, but not yet. Not now. Not yet. But the one I can recommend, I can beat my chest, and the one that I'm even coordinating, the online one, is the one being organized by Responsible Teams Academy. Yes, please get your teams to camp. So if you say I'm a Christian or I'm a Muslim, I don't want them to go to Christian camps, I don't want to go to Muslim camps. It's okay. It's okay. Look for ones that suit what you want. Where your kids will be drilled in the skills that they need to survive out there. Some of us, we were too jelly, 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 jelly. And of course, you and I know that this world has gone past that. It has gone past the stage of jelly, jelly. You can't continue to be doing jelly, 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 jelly. You don't do anything. You don't do anything. Let them see girls at themselves. Let them say they will not. Let them say that they will not die. Let them say that, when my daughter has very tiny fingers, very slim tiny fingers, and sometimes I look at her like, when these fingers break, but I realize that it's not going to break. It's not going to break. It's not going to break. So this, you see what to put in your holiday planner just in case. I'm just helping you, just in case you have not thought of all of these things. So get them in boot camps. Look around for you, then check the credibility of the people organizing the boot camps. The ones I can recommend, I've recommended it. Another one that, of course, because I'm talking about girls, but in case you have boys too, I'm also recommending the ones organized by Coach Ede Obuka. Ede Obuka. You can check him on Instagram. They are doing amazing things there. So put them there. Let your kids give your teenage girls the opportunity to compete with other girls. In fact, I want you to put that in the comment section. But give your teenage girls the opportunity to compete with other girls, their age, their mates. Let them compete. Let them know. It will set them straight. Sure, you have not made your bed, you have not made your this, you have not made your that, your room is scattered, this, you're shouting all of that. Get them in boot camps. If there's something I want to achieve for 2025, it is to get my daughter physically in boot camps, because I know that it will help. It will help. All this self-leadership they're talking about, all this self-leadership they're talking about, all this organization they're talking about, all of these other skills. See, camp will put it in the head of your teenage girl by force by fire. Because if she does not, if she snoozes, that's it. You're dragging your leg, dragging your feet one by one. They have carried your foot. Some of us went to hostels. We know how it was. So why are we now trying to make jellyfish out of our girls? Why? Why are we trying to make jellyfish out of them? Some of us went to hostels. We know what happens there. So this is what we begin to do. Your girl has to be prepared for the world. And where will that happen? When she sees other girls and there's something that is triggered in the head of the girl. When she says, "Oh, a girl like me can do this, then I can do it too." So what that will do, it will possibilize the mind of your girl. That's what it's going to do. It will possibilize the mind of your girl, like, "Oh, I can actually do this. I can actually do this." So please get them into boot camps. If you're not thought of it, I know it may be costly. Yes, if it means that you have to go and the actual bit that you want to buy, if it means that you will not buy it again, it is worth it. But like I said, please watch out for the camps that you want to take your girls to. I made a, what's it called? Is that is a caveat emptor? Yeah. There's a caveat already. Watch out for the camps. But the ones I can recommend are already recommended. They do fantastically well. So please check them out. It will build skills that what you've been taking months and months and months to shout on your girls, what they will learn in a week, they will come back. You'll be shocked. So that's another thing to do for them this holiday. Have them in physical or virtual boot camps. But physical one is the best. Then the next thing you need to do, create a reward time. Yes, thank you for putting that there at the comment section. Yes, give your teenage girl the opportunity to compete. Please give them. Don't do them like, don't shield them. Don't forget you're not raising them for yourself. You're not raising them for yourself. So don't cocoon them. Don't cocoon them. Train them, then free them, then watch how they will do. See what you have done. See how far you have gone. Then you begin to see, okay, where do I need to make amends? What else do I need to do to ensure that things are better for my girls? How do I build my girls more? That's what you should do. That's your work as a parent. Then the next thing you need to do, you need to now create a reward time. It's a reward timer for projects done. We talk of projects initially, things to do together. Do you remember that? Now this is time to create a reward. Girls like reward. Who doesn't like reward? There, I also like reward. Let me tell you the reward one of the reward I give to myself. I promised myself that if I finish writing my second book in a particular time, I was going to do this to myself. So I finished writing it. I said before my birthday, if I finish, I finished. Okay. So there was a reward for me. So I'm still trying to think to myself, okay, what reward am I going to give myself? So if you want to suggest to me, the reward to give myself, please let me know in the comment section. If you have reward to suggest to me, kindly let me know. So create a reward timeout for projects done. That's it. Reward timeout. It could be anything. It could not be that pleasure that they seek. You get? That's how it works. That's how it works. They've done work. So let there be reward. So don't just say, what have you done? What have you done? What have you done? Is it not for your benefit? Come on. Come on. So create a reward system. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be what will now cost you a ham. Is it a ham and a leg, or how do they say it? So create a reward system for projects done. For example, I told the girls, if you finish doing this one that you're doing, if you finish, this is what we will do. Then we'll do something for, maybe go to the beach, maybe do something, just create a reward system for work done. But please don't make it like it's all fun. Don't make it like, don't if they don't do the work, they don't get the reward. Is that serious? You're trying to pass a message without actually sitting them down, without actually bombarding them with lesson teachers. I hope you understand what I mean. So create a reward system for work done. So whatever it is, so you can even call them to ask, what do you like? Every girl, oh, they have what they like. Oh, in case you don't know, every girl have what they like. If you're telling the ones that my own daughter likes, you are wondering, where did I get this one from? You're wondering, where did I get this one from? So ask them. So you can now feed that pleasure. Don't forget, I say to them, I said, don't feed your pleasure first. Feed your purpose. Don't feed your pleasure first. So if you want to put in the comments, if you want to put in the comment section, I will appreciate that deeply. So let your daughters feed their purpose before their pleasure. So let them feed their all of this that we're doing as though it's looking like play, it's looking like play, but they are feeding their purpose. So let them feed purpose before feeding pleasure. So it's okay. It's okay to feed your dopamine. It's okay. It's absolutely okay. It's absolutely okay. Let them feed their dopamine. Let them feel high. Let them feel, oh, that feeling of I've done something, then I truly deserve this. To give them that opportunity. So create a reward timer for projects done. Then for you that you have the time, you have to create. I have a template, a guide. I think I'm going to put it on Seller in case you want to buy. I call it the mother and daughter bonding template. Or let me see whether I can put it in the community. Okay, I'm going to do that for parents in the community. I'll put it in the community as what's that word now, as a freebie. Yeah, I'll do that. Yes, I'm nice like that. I know I'm nice like that. Yeah, so I'll do that in the community right after this. Yes, let your daughters feed their purpose. Thank you very much for putting that on the comment section. Thank you very much. So I'll put it on the community for parents in the Informed and Reformed in the Academy, because I love parents here like that. So I'll put it there free for you. Yes, a lot of things that you can do with your daughter. I took my time to work on the guide. A lot of things that you can do with your daughter. I'll put it in the community. You're welcome. Thank you very much. So right after this session, I'm going to put it in the community for parents. So a lot of things that you can do together. A lot, and lots. And let me tell you what I did while creating the guide. I didn't just sit down, because then I didn't have a teenager. I think I created that guide last year. I didn't have a teenager then. I still don't have a teen. I think I have a preteen. She's just going to, So by asked teenage girls around me, I have girls. Oh, trust me, I have girls. I said, what would you like to do together with your parents? What would you like to do with your parents? What would you like to do together with your parents? And I like sampled opinions, here and there. And that's what I did to put that guide together. So I put in the community. So a lot of things to do together. So create time to do a mother and daughter bonding activities. Could be a date, could be a spa, could be a massage, could be a movie, could be a pedicure, walk in the neighborhood. But it is there. I'll put it in the community. Then after you've done that, so have them invite their friends over. This is very key. Friends. We're back to the issue of friends again. Please, whatever plan that they're having, include this. Whatever plan, meet their friends, know their friends. Your children have friends. Oh. If you think that they are bringing awkward things, go and check their friends. If you think that they are being motivated, go and check their friends. Yeah, it's scriptural. A man sharpens the countenance of his friend. Scriptural. So whatever hand they are bringing, that's me speaking literally now. Whatever hand they are bringing in the house, go and check their friends. So know their friends. Let me tell you what I've discovered in the area that I am. When kids close for school, they should ordinarily go home. These ones don't go home. Then you just see them hanging. And because they are already in high school, so they are free to go, they're free to come back home by themselves. So these ones, they sit down and in the corners, and then they vape. They sit down, boys, girls, do all sorts. They don't go home. Why do you think they don't go home? Because they must not be seen with those friends. So they know what they are doing. They know exactly what it is that they are doing. So invite their friends over. It could be a movie night. Yes, it could be that. After, of course, you know that movie night will not be it will not be late into the night. Maybe book it for early evening, so that by 8 everybody is back to their parents' houses. And then just put the movie and do as though you are not there, you're not watching. The things you will learn about your girls, you'll be shocked. Try it and come back to the community and say what you have learned. The things that you will learn about your girls, you will be shocked. You will be shocked. So please, this holiday, so that in case if there's anything that's been bothering you about them, this is the time to know that where is this coming from? Where is it coming from? Where are they getting this from? This is not what I put in my child. So that you begin to know, you know how to sift. You know how to sift. So it's not a condemnation, it's not a judging time, it's not a whatever time. It's a knowledge time. It's an eye-opening time. It's a time for you to know what's been happening. It's a time for you to know what's been happening. So invite their friends over. Invite their friends over. Tell the parents of their friends, I would like for your kids to come over. I hope it's fine. Seek their permission. Invite them over. Invite them. It could be a neutral place also, in case you don't want them coming to your home. It could be a neutral place. So then you begin to see the what you're really contending with. You see what you're really contending with. That's where you're gonna see it. So that you know where your work lies. I'm doing this, I'm saying this for you because it's to serve as expo for you. So you will know where to focus your attention on. You know, okay, this is the battle I'm up against. Don't forget, if you're raising your own girl is not going to live in the world alone, is she? She's not living alone in the world. She's going to be living with other girls, other girls, other girls, other girls, other girls that will come and say, what? Let me tell you what. I volunteer in my coach's academy. I teach there a lot. So one of the girls, after you thought that you turn to the girls, you talk to the girls, you didn't turn to the girls, and then the girl comes say, but for me, my friend said everything. Oh, somebody says, I joined a WhatsApp group created by one of my daughter's friends. Aha. I was surprised as to what I saw. Aha. That's it. You'll be surprised. Oh, you'll be surprised. Yeah, the ones that don't know, but they know themselves. They do know themselves. So, and then the girls will come to say, but for me, you keep telling me to do this, keep telling me to do that. But when I got to school and I told my friend said I should stop it, that is rubbish. A 10-year was telling me that. So when I say to you, raise your girl to be the pressurer, not the pressured. This is what I'm talking to you about. So, and don't forget, your 10-year-old girl, your 11-year-old girl wants to be liked at all costs, wants to be friends at all costs. So, if that friend tells her that what you're telling her is rubbish, don't forget, have you read that book, The 5 Conversations You Must Have with Your Girl? When I read that book, I did like this. This is how I did my eyes. That at that there will be a point that your daughter will be actually thinking that you're saying rubbish. Yes, except you deliberately give her a community of girls like her. So how are you gonna do that? So you're here telling your girl and do this, oh, do that, oh, and then she goes to school. A girl says to her that, you know what, don't mind mom, don't mind that, it's rubbish. They have come to tell me while I was holding session with the girls at my coach's academy, because I volunteer there a lot. So what are you gonna do? So that's why I said bring the, and then that's it for a 10-year-old. So now imagine if she's 15, if she's 16. Do you now see the kind of work you got to do? So dear parents, don't even joke with this. Don't joke. And that's when I say to you, let your girls have their value system. Aside from the one that you crafted, let them have their own. The one, once your girl is 10, 11, 12, please let them have their own so that they can choose their friends from their value system. So they don't go about having crappy friends that will tell them that what their parents, what their coaches, what they are saying to them is rubbish. Because girls have come to me to say it. I was privileged to prepare the girls in the academy had series of classes that they just done. So I was privileged to prepare. So I was privileged to thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I was privileged to prepare some of the things that they used to teach, and then they came to me to say, but as for me, that this thing that you're saying is not like that. That is not what my friend said. Come on, please, how am I going to say? So we have to go back to the parent community to let them know that please watch the friends of your girls. So then when I say protect your girls' community, give your girl a community, please give her. Don't be doing one work here and then one tiny 13-year-old girl is going to go and scatter the work when you get to school. I just told you of girls hanging about vaping all day. Their parents are at work. Their parents will think that they're back in their homes, but they're there vaping. Of course, you know vape. That's e-cigarettes. So these are the things that you need to do this holiday. Then the next thing that you need, I think that's the last one. I think so. So I said organize tournaments between them, if more than one. We're planning to do this holiday. I've not even told the girls we're planning to do this. What would this foster? I told you earlier when I was talking about where is the gap, what skill do I need to do? What do I need to do to build this? So I've seen gaps in the 3 girls that are currently in my corner. I've seen the gaps. So I'm okay, this is what I will do. So we'll organize a particular, it could be a cooking tournament, it could be a chess tournament, whatever. Organize tournaments. It will bring this bonding, this closeness to bring it. Organize it depending on what you've seen. Don't forget, what operates in different what operates in homes differs. So it depends on what's operating in your own place. So what's there? What do you want to foster? Do you understand? What do you want to foster amongst your girls? What do you want to foster? What do you want to happen? What do you want to see them do? How do you want to see them become? Then organize it. It doesn't have to be something grand. It doesn't have to be something it doesn't have to be something, grand, like I said. Anything. Anything. It could be, taking turns to help each other if you see that they are struggling with help. Oh yes, girls can be mean like that. Yes. So whatever it is that they are struggling with, then begin to look around that area. That is how to be a thinking parent. That's how to be a deliberate parent. So if you do all of these things and then you come back and say to me that, Coach Fumi, come and see my holiday, it was I would say no. That means you have not put in the work. But if you do the things I've talked to you about, you're going to have a seamless holiday such that when the holiday is over, oh, they don't want to go back. Why? Because they have learned so much. They have learned so much. And have you included movies? Yes, they will have that when they have their reward system. Do you understand? So that's how it goes. I've mentioned 10 things. I'll just run through it now so that I don't go over the 1 hour that we have. Acknowledge their journey on the concluded term. So whatever, without pressure, don't pressurize them. If they scored 100, oh, absolute. If they did not score 100, oh, it is still absolute. Honestly, it is still absolute, because last, yeah, what's going to matter will not be the 100 that your child scored in school. Last, that 100 will not matter. Yes, the people that I've seen, I'm still in the WhatsApp community of my university. So the people that were thinking that there will be nobodies, they're the ones topping the charts. Come on. I don't know how many of you have seen that in your own university watcher, but I have seen that. Even secondary school. People that we thought, oh, these ones, what do they are the ones topping. Please go and check it. So there's a limit to how far academic prowess. I'm not saying that rubbish academics. No, you're paying a lot of money. But I'm saying that it is not about it. That's not all there is to your child. That's not all there is to your child. Beyond the academics, what is your child's gift? What's your child's talent? That's what you want to build. That's what you want to grow on. So please acknowledge their process. Acknowledge it. Number 2, create a holiday plan together. Number 3, deliberately and intentionally work with a plan. Number 4, have an holiday themed project aimed at building skills. Number 5, if you can, make it a time to connect with their grandparents. Number 6, have them in a physical or virtual camps. This is also very important, but I recommend physical camps any day, anytime. Then create a reward time. That's when all of their pleasure comes. All of the things that they like to do, that's when it comes. Their ballet, their whatever it is that they like to do, that's when it comes. Yeah. Then create time to do mother and daughter bonding activities. And I promise I'm going to drop that, the guide I created, I'll drop it in the community. Then have them invite their friends over, because then you know your children more. Your teenage girls, you know them more. Then finally, organize tournaments in your home for your children. I hope that you have learned something. I hope that it has been worth your time. And I'm going to drop this here. So my second book is done. So it's going to get published. It will be on Amazon. It will be on Seller. We would also talk about it more in the coming weeks. And then that is what I promised myself I was going to do. When you're talking of what's giving yourself a promise and a reward. And I've told you to suggest to me rewards. Nobody has suggested anything. Okay, that means I don't deserve a reward. It's all right. So thank you for coming and take your time for. Thank you, and thank you. I hope it has been worth your time. Of course, my name is Fumilola Akintola Williams. I am the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy, and I'm passionate about girls because I've been a girl. I've made mistakes, I've made errors. So if you can possibly correct it so that the ones coming behind us do not make the mistakes that we have made. And that's why we don't give up on what we do here, no matter what happens. All right, thank you for joining me. And then I do not take your time for granted. So 57 minutes, it's time to say bye-bye. I'll be here again. Hopefully, God willing, next weekend. Have a good holiday, a non-yearly holiday. I also try not to yell. And I hope that you really have the best of time with your teenage girls. Thank you and bye-bye.